Hi, Lore.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Lore.
Sorry, estaba con el micrófono apagado. Okay. How are you?
Hi, Lore. And you?
I'm great. Great.
What about your holiday?
It was great. It was quiet. Yes, I was with my family. I was like, yeah, having time with them.
Eh,
Yeah, just that. And yeah, because here it is like the holiday from here, it was like how is this, like a New Year's Eve, but it is called New Aymara's Years, like that. I don't know if you heard about it.
mm,
Did you
okay.
hear?
No?
No, never. Yeah,
No.
yeah, this is like the holiday in Bolivia that we have here.
Mm,
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, I think, well, not many people like enjoys, for example, like celebrating this because it's not really common.
Mhm.
But well, many people like enjoy that time in family and all of that.
Okay.
Yes, no more. Okay, okay, Chris. So let's start by seeing. Today we have to start Unit 4, right?
Mhm.
Yes. We're going to start seeing two grammars because the last grammar, it is not difficult, but it is like a little bit longer. And we're going to see it with more details tomorrow. Okay, so let's start by seeing this. We have this grammar. Okay. This is just two. I will show you my screen. A second. Okay. Yes, and we have this used to. This used to means in Spanish solía, okay, in Spanish. So when we're gonna use this grammar, we will use this when we talk about, for example, habits, okay, some habits that we had in the past, we did in the past, but nowadays in the present, we don't do it. So some habits that we had and we don't already have, okay? For example, I could say in Spanish, yo solía jugar voleibol, pero ahora ya no juego. So some habits that we did it and we don't do it now, or it could be at the opposite. For example, en Spanish, yo no solía tomar café, digamos, pero ahora tomo mucho café. Por ejemplo. Okay, so habits that is going to change comparing the past and the present. So let's see this. We have and the structures. The auxiliary that we have, it is just to. This is called auxiliary. Okay. We always start with the subject, with the auxiliary just to, with the verb in base form, and the complement. Okay, and the complement. Subject just to, verb in base form, and complement. So we're gonna use, as we said, to talk about habits or repeated actions in the past. And some actions that we didn't do it in the present. So that is just. For example, here, I, the subject, the auxiliary, just to, the verb, have, and the complement, long hair. I used to have long hair, but now I have short hair. So, yo solía tener cabello largo, pero ahora tengo cabello corto. So the things changed. From past to present, we changed. He used to smoke, in affirmative, but now he doesn't smoke. They used to live in India, but now they live in Germany. Okay. What about, for example, what about you, Chris? Something that you used to did and now you don't do it.
Mm,
One action that you could mention?
I think the first phrase is for me. I used to have long hair, but now I have short hair.
Yeah, okay. Another?
Other, mm, I used to live in Quito,
Mhm.
but now I live in Azores.
Okay,
Sure.
great.
I I use it
Yeah.
to
The pronunciation? Used.
use. I
Yes,
used
used. Mhm.
I used to work in a textile industry,
Yeah.
and but now I work in institute.
Okay. Excellent. Very good. Excellent. So that is in affirmative. Now, let's see in negatives because we have two ways of talking about habits. We have the first way where we have the subject and we have to use didn't in this case because we are talking about past habits. Okay, past habits. And we know when we remember that when we talk about past, we use did. So didn't, and I don't use used with D. In this verb, I'm not using D. It is without D. Why without D? Because if I put used, my verb is going to be in past and my auxiliary is in past. So double past, it's not correct, okay? So in negative, in the first way, I use didn't, use without the, used to, and the verb in base form, plus the complement. Now, I didn't used to play soccer, but now I can play it. Yo no solía jugar fútbol, but now, pero ahora, yo puedo jugar. Okay, this is the first negative when we talk about habits. So, the instruction, the most important instruction that we have here, it is watch out without. With the negative and questions, it's use without the. We don't use the, used. We just use, okay? The second way, it is that we're not going to use, for example, use didn't. We are going to use never. Okay? Never used to. Never used to. The verb in base form and the complement. Okay, so now subject never used to, verb in base form and complement. In this case, we use just with the because we are not using didn't. We are using never. And what is the difference between these? What is the difference between these both? Didn't used to and never used to. This first one, it is like normal habits, something that you don't do it in the past, but now you do it. But it is like something normal. But this never, it is going to be like with more emphasizing. Because if I say here, I never used to drink coffee, but now I drink 3 cups a day. So it is like I am emphasizing that I do it, but I do it like almost every day. Like it is exaggerating how I change it the way that something I didn't do it. Okay? So
Okay.
that is the thing. Yo nunca solía tomar café, pero ahora tomo 3 veces a la semana. ¿Ok?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the difference in negative. For example, something that you didn't do it in the past and you did it now. And what is Chris? You could use the first and the second.
Mm, I didn't understand. I didn't use to understand analytical chemistry, but now I can understand it.
Yeah, okay, great. With never,
Mm,
maybe.
okay, I never used to um, I never used to mm, I never used to mm, I never used to take a taxi, but now I take a taxi twice a week.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. Very good. So we have to realize these 2 differences, okay? Something that is like normal that we do it now, And this is with more exaggeration. Okay, no more. So the other that we have, it is when we use it in questions. For example, if I want to make a question, what do I have to do? It is. In questions, we use did, the auxiliary that is going to help us to make questions. Did, the subject, use to without the, with no the, okay, so just use, use, to. The verb in base form and the complement. So the same as the negative, we don't use the here because it could be in past and did is in past, so to past it's not okay. So now here, some question. Did you used to be a teacher? Did he used to study French? She didn't used to like chocolates, but she does now. I didn't used to watch to have a nice house. One question for you, Chris. Did you choose to speak English in your childhood?
Mm, yes, I use it. Um, I I use it to speak English in my school, for example.
Okay, great, excellent, very good. What did you use to, what did you use to study? No, another. Where did you use to spend time in your, I don't know, in your childhood?
Mm, yeah. Spend my time in my childhood.
Where? No.
Where? Mm, I I I I used to spend my time in Ambato. I think with my family and in my school.
Okay, great, excellent, perfect. So now, Chris, do you have maybe some question until here?
No, Lord.
Okay, excellent, excellent, Chris. So we're gonna go and do the exercises, okay? Give me a second. I will assign you now. One and two. Okay. Okay, we already have. So, yes, let's start by this. Give me a second, please. I think it's my door. Yeah, I will come back. So.
Lore.
Ok, Chris, a ver cómo vamos.
I finished
The first?
the first.
Okay, where was the mistake?
I obtained 100%.
Ah, okay, great, great. This is the second one.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the second, the first attempt.
The second.
Ah, the second. Okay, did you have some mistake?
No.
No, this is the first attempt.
The first.
Ah, okay, the first attempt of the second practice. Okay. Excellent, excellent, Chris. Perfect. Any mistake? And the first one, excellent. Okay, Chris. Now I will show you the second. Okay, the second grammar that we have. It is okay. This second one, it is called the indefinite pronouns. Okay, indefinite pronouns. And we use this indefinite when we talk about objects, things, even though about people. Okay, so we could use with this. What is the difference between this? We have, in the indefinite pronouns, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 special words. The first one is some. The second is any. The third one is no. And the fourth one is every. But we have to know that all of these 4 words have their like their own words, okay, that are gonna be. And we have to know when we talk about people, we're gonna use always we add one. For example, some, one. Okay, some, and we add one. And we are talking about people, but in a singular way. It means alguien. And it is considered as a third person. Okay. Someone, one example, someone is at home. Alguien está en casa. Okay. The second variation that we have for some, it is body. Somebody. And it is for plural. It means alguien. And also, it is considered as a third person. For example, if I want to say this, someone is at home. It's impossible to use are, even though many people say, but somebody, it's plural, but we have to use are. No, always with or works as a third person. The same for one. It is singular, but always as a third person. And when we talk about, this is for people. When we talk about things, we just add think, something. So something for things, algo. Okay, this is some.
Lore, what's the meaning somebody is at home?
Somebody is at home means alguien está en casa. And this is the same. Someone is at home. Alguien está en casa. But what is the difference between these? If I use someone, it means that I am referring to just one person. For example, alguien está en casa, pero pienso que solo es una persona. Por eso utilizo someone. But if I use somebody is at home, alguien, pero no me estoy refiriendo a una sola, sino a varias, ¿no? Entonces no decimos alguien, ¿no? Decimos alguien está en casa. Y son como dos o más de dos. That is the difference, okay? So, that is the meaning. The first thing that we have to know about some, it is that we use some with affirmative sentences, affirmatives, and questions, okay? And just questions. Some, we don't use some with negatives. Never, never with negative sentences. Just with affirmatives and questions. Affirmatives like here and questions here. Do you have something to do? No more. Affirmatives and questions.
Lore,
Yes.
in this case, pets are considered something, things.
Yes, yes. Any, for example, something, it could be like plants, animals, any object or any animal, okay?
Okay.
Yes. The second, it is any. The any have the same variations. Any with one, anyone in singular, nadie, or alguien. But when is it going to mean alguien? When we use for questions. In questions, we use alguien, alguien, algo. But in negative sentences, we use nadie, nadie, nada. So it is the same. Any, one. For example, here, does anybody have time? So when it is question, we translate it like alguien. ¿Alguien tiene tiempo? And we always consider anyone, anybody, anything like third person. Okay, third person. That's why we use with us. Here in negatives, I don't have anything to do today. As I am using negative sentences, I use anything. Okay, anything. With any. Any just with negatives and questions. In questions, do you have anything to do? Okay, and we have that. The other variation that we have, it is no. No, it is similar, no difference with any. Okay, any difference. Because no one means nadie. Nobody means nadie. Nothing means nada. So it is similar. It's the same as any. But what is the difference? Any we use with negatives and questions. And no, we just use with affirmatives. Just affirmatives. No questions, not negatives. Just affirmatives. For example, no one. Singular, third person. Nobody. Plural, third person. Nothing. Things. Nada. If I want to say nada in affirmative sentences, I have nothing to do today. Yo tengo nada por hacer hoy. Okay, so affirmatives. Here, negatives. Don't have anything. Okay, that is the only difference. Finally, the last indefinite that we have, it is every. Every we could use with affirmatives, negatives, and questions, okay, with the three ones. And we add the same. We add one, body, and thing. Everyone, everybody, everything, okay? Singular, plural, or things. Singular, todos y cada uno. That is the meaning of everyone. Todos y cada uno. Everybody, todos en general. Todos. Es como decir todos los que quieran, por ejemplo. And everything, todo, when we talk about things. Okay, so that is about the indefinite pronouns. Maybe. Do we have some question?
What's different between everyone and everybody? Only
Okay.
the first is singular and the second is plural.
No, not just that. Everyone, it's like with more emphasizing. When I have to say, for example, everybody has to go. Todos y cada uno, sin falta ninguno, ¿no? Deben ir. Pero si yo digo, everybody has to go, todos tienen que ir. Pero es de manera general. Pueden ser varios, pero no así obligado. So everyone, it's like with more emphasizing. Okay, yeah, that's the only difference. Okay, perfect. Any other questions that you have, Chris?
No, Valeria.
Okay, perfect. So let's do the exercise. Okay. Second, I will assign you. Okay, so maybe if you could refresh. Yes. Excellent, Chris. Perfect. Excellent. So the second one, here is like a paragraph. So let's see, like with a little bit with curve, right? Yes.
Okay.
Ok, Chris. Ahí creo que está al revés, ¿no? Something in nothing. I can do. A ver, and it seems that the police can do.
Yes.
Pueden hacer algo, pero con el contexto podría ser mejor. And it seems that porque somebody has been breaking into the cover building. And it seems that the police can do something. about in fact, or the police can do nothing about it in fact. No pudieron hacer nada, ¿no? And the other is there is nothing, there is something. Yeah, there is, here is like a little bit of confusion because something and nothing works with affirmatives, right? Both with affirmatives. But yes, the translation, the meanings, it has more sense in the first one with nothing and the other with something. There is something strange about this situation. Yes, and do nothing, in fact. Exactly. Great, perfect. So about indefinites and just to, do we have some questions, please?
No, Lorette.
Okay, perfect. So I already assigned you the practices for this unit 4, okay? And we have to finish unit or the last grammar that we have here. Yes, so maybe could we do this grammar? I have two options. I think I'm not really sure about tomorrow, but they told me, the institution told me that we can have the class maybe in order to cover the yesterday class today in 1 hour. Like for example, right now we can start the second hour if you have time, or maybe tomorrow, but I will tell you in the morning. I'm not really sure about what hour I have to take a test to one other student. So if it is the thing, we could cover the hour on Saturday, if it's okay for you, Chris.
Mm,
So
I
you tell me.
might prefer today.
Today, the second
Yes.
hour. Okay, great. So this first hour, let's finish here. And we're going to start in 5 more minutes, okay?
Okay.
So yeah, let's finish with the survey. 1 second. Okay, so we're gonna finish this first hour here now, and we're gonna come back in 4 more minutes, like 7:30 o'clock. Okay, Chris?
Okay.
Okay.